I spent 4.5 years working on my indie game, but I could have finished it sooner and made more money if I had made better decisions. For example, the compelling thing about my indie game Spellmasons is that you can combine spells and come up with new ways of defeating enemies that even I as the developer didn't think of. This should have been my main focus the entire time during development. Instead, I spent months and months doing things like making a custom physics engine, making custom pathfinding, and so on. I spent time on these things because I'm a nerd and I like solving hard problems, but they didn't serve the ultimate goal, which is to make a game about spellcrafting. Another big mistake that I made was not determining ahead of time how many frames I wanted each sprite's animation to be, and how complicated I wanted each spell icon to be. This has meant that down the line, I've been unable to change things. For example, lots of people said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if the Spellmason had different hats? And I'm like, yes, but there's hundreds of still photos that are used in the animation of the Spellmason, and in order to add a hat, I would have had to do things differently from the very beginning. For example, with the spell icons, each spell icon has cost me about $75, give or take, for my artist to create, due to the level of fidelity and the level of detail that the spell icons are. This means that anytime I want to add a new spell to the game, I have to pay around $75. If I had been smarter, I might have made the spell icons more simple. They didn't need to look quite so pretty, they didn't need to be as high level of detail, and I could have ended up adding more to the game for less money in less time. These are decisions that I didn't even know that I was making. I just knew that I needed animated sprites, and I knew that I needed spell icons, and so I just told my artist, go for it. But if I had been smarter, I would have known that these decisions would have greatly impacted what I was capable of down the line and how long it took me to finish things. As a game developer, you truly do have less time than you think to work on the game itself. You should be aggressively pursuing the main thing about your game that sets it apart, and try to minimize the amount of time spent on other tasks.